Hello and welcome to Football Commentaries. Got another commentary today, obviously. It is the only game for today of the Premier League. It is Sheffield United versus Manchester United. Chris Wilder versus Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. His job could be in a little bit of scrutiny. Obviously, as Pochettino is now available, and United fans have voted Pochettino for a little while. So let's hope that we get a good game today, as it's obviously the only one. We don't want 0-0, we want goals. Hopefully we do get them. We're going to quickly go through the lineups in around 2 minutes' time. Before any games was played this weekend, Sheffield United did sit in 5th, and United did sit in 7th, but now after everyone's played their games and the table sort of set itself out there, Sheffield United are now 8th. United are now 10th. But obviously that could change because if Sheffield United get a win, obviously they go back to 5th. If United win, they go all the way back up to 6th, joint points with 5th, which is Wolves. So, it's all in the balance really. Anything can happen after today's game. I'm not going to give predictions, but I'm hoping there'll be goals, because it looks like United have adapted their formation to a 3-4-3. That's what it looks like anyway. I'm not sure though. That's what people are guessing, and from the players they've put out in the starting 11, I'm presuming as well that it's a 3 at the back. We're going to go through the formation, through the teams though. So we've got Sheffield United playing their normal 3-5-2 or 3-4-3, depending on how you see it. It is a 3-5-2. Simon Moore is in net, the 29-year-old Premier League debut. He also was in Cardiff squad under Solskjaer in the 2013-14 season. Premier League debut. He's in for Dean Henderson, who can't play against his parent club, which is United, because he's on loan at Sheffield United. Simon Moore's had to step in goal. And then we've got a back three of Chris Basham, the 31-year-old Jack O'Connell, and Phil Jagielka for his first start of the season has had to step in for Egan, as he's injured. So Phil Jagielka, the 37-year-old, has had to come in for Sheffield United. And then wing backs, we have got George Baldock, number 2, and then Edna Stevens at the left wing back, number 3. He also played for Aston Villa when they were in the Prem from 2011 to 2015. Didn't make any starts, but was in their squad. And then we've got, I think, captain for today. The club captain is Billy Sharp, but he's not playing today, so it'll be Oliver Norwood, who takes the captain's armband. He actually started his career at United as a youngster. Didn't play any games in the Premier League for them, but did start there as a youth prospect. So hopefully he'll be able to show how much of a player he's become. Maguire will be the captain for Manchester United as well, ahead of De Gea as captain, as the teams do get ready to walk out. We have got then alongside him is like a 3 midfield. We've got John Lundstrom, who scored 3 goals this season, though all those 3 came as a hat-trick against Burnley, all goals with the right foot. With John Fleck alongside him, number 4 midfield, the Scottish international. He's the only one out of the 3 central midfielders who haven't started every game this season. Then we've got 2 strikers. They like to rotate their strikers because they've got McBurney, they've got Billy Sharp, they've got Mousset, McGoldrick. So the 2 that they've gone for is David McGoldrick, who had his first ever Premier League goal in his career disallowed against Tottenham due to VAR, but they did obviously get a point in the end. And Lise Mousset will start alongside him. He signed from Bournemouth after he spent 3 seasons at Bournemouth, but was mainly used as a substitute for a very high majority of his time there. We've got Andre Mariner as the referee for today's game. It's interesting because Oliver Norwood actually hasn't started a Premier League game. He never played. He's been part of United. He was at Brighton, Fulham, but never really adventured the Premier League until this season. Obviously, age 28. We're going to go for United's lineup very quickly. We've got David De Gea in goal, Wan-Bissaka as a right wing back, with Maguire, Lindelof, Phil Jones as a back three, and Brandon Williams as the left wing back. And then we've got two central midfielders, both Brazilian, Fred and Andres Pereira. And then as a front three, I've got Daniel James, Marcus Rashford, and Anthony Martial. And it's ridiculous because hold on, 2 seconds. Why is it doing that? Yeah, it should be okay. I think that was just a slight buffer. I think it should be okay now. Yeah, as I was saying, it was mad to think because Daniel James is 22, Rashford's 22, and Martial's 23, so it's a young front three. It's quite ridiculous, really, how young they are. And, Rashford's played like over 100 Premier League games. Martial's been in United for around 3-4 years. It's ridiculous. So hopefully they can bag some goals today. Obviously Jagielka playing in the centre of that centre back. Let's see the formation of United, what Sky have gone with, because I think it's a 3-4-3, and it looks like that is where it's going to be. Obviously Lindelof, Maguire, Phil Jones, his first start at the back. Obviously Chris Wilder was saying, it's an England international, we can't take it for granted. Just subscribe. Thanks for subscribing. That actually means so much. Please enjoy the commentary. Turn on those notifications as well, because obviously I'll do them all the way through the season. And then at the end of the season, obviously the Euros are coming up, and I'll definitely be commentating on the Euros. Hopefully England can go all the way. Hopefully. Why is it doing that? It may be buffering a little bit, and I'm trying to sort out the reason why. But yeah, thanks for subscribing. If the buffering does continue, please let me know and I can restart the stream very quickly. But it should be okay, hopefully. But if it does buffer, please let me know. That would be much appreciated. We're literally a minute away from kick-off. I'm going to get the timer ready for the kick-off. United in all black. Sheffield United in their red and white strip. Little team huddle for Sheffield United before kick-off. Just waiting for kick-off now. Any second now. Obviously, I'm about 30 seconds behind the actual game. You'll be 30 seconds behind the stream, so about a minute delay. So don't check the score or anything. If you have any goal notifications on you, because you'll get them before even I get them. So here we go. Game's kicked off. Sheffield United kicking left to right. United right to left. As Goldrick is in the left hand side corner, tries to float a ball in. Easy for De Gea to collect. I'm gonna quickly start timing now. So here we go. Big Super Sunday game. Sheffield United off to a great start this season, hoping to continue their great run of form, unbeaten in their last 5 games. That's included 3 draws and 2 victories. You could say they deserved the victory against Sheffield United when they played Pochettino's Tottenham in his last game at the club. Obviously, quite a shock start for Sheffield United. I definitely had one of them. I had them tipped to maybe go straight back down. Not thinking they had enough quality in their team, but they have shown it so far. As Leeds Mousset has come over to the left-hand side to pick up the ball from a through ball, and Pereira muscles him and tries to send it back down the line, but it goes out of the pitch, and will be a Sheffield United throw in. Obviously, he'll be looking to cause some danger. Leeds Mousset doesn't have the greatest record in the Premier League, but at Bournemouth he was a substitute for a lot of the games he came on. So in 68 appearances, he's only scored 6 goals, 3 of them for Sheffield United. So, didn't score many at Bournemouth, so it was a bit of a risk to bring him in when you got Callum Robertson, Billy Sharp, Mick Burney already at the club. As we have John Flecker in the ball on this left-hand side, puts the first-time ball in towards Mousset. Phil Jones can head it only as far as George Baldock on this right-hand side against Rashford. He'll look to beat him, and Brandon Williams. Can he then go crossing? Blocked off Brandon Williams, comes off George Baldock again, and out for a United goal kick. Promising signs there. Obviously, Brandon Williams, very, very young player, born on the 3rd of September 2000. That's how young he is. He's making his second Premier League start, back-to-back starts, because he played against Brighton, where United won 3-1 in their last time out. It's a great interception by the Sheffield United defender, Fred. Knocks Sheffield United player in the back, but play continues. It's Mousset against Fred, surrounded by 3 players. It looks like he stood on, but the ref does not give a foul. Daniel James tries to flick it to Martial, the striker, but they don't give it. It's McGoldrick now. Mousset still down on the left-hand side against McGoldrick. Can he beat him? Lindelof shaping him up. McGoldrick just turns back and goes to Stevens. Tries to put a cross in, blocked by, I think that is Andres Pereira, and will go out for a Sheffield United corner. Fred came in for a tackle. What happened here? Ooh, just stood on the back of the heel. I think it was right heel of Mousset. No foul was given, but they've got a corner now, so hopefully that can make up for it. It'll be Norwood, the captain, to swing a ball in towards the back post. It's a shocking corner. No one's there and goes straight out for a goal kick. Be disappointed with himself, the Sheffield United captain there. That is poor delivery. Could have done better with that, because obviously their goal against Arsenal that they scored to win the game 1-0 was from a set piece. So yeah, as it's saying here, he was a product of the United Academy. No Premier League appearances, as I said before. So obviously he'll be wanting to prove himself to the United, fans maybe, if he thinks that deep in, as Williams has been tackled by Lundstrom and he goes out for United, throw in their own half, about halfway into their own half. I'm going to try and get out of it, hopefully, as Brandon Williams throws it to captain Harry Maguire, playing against his former club. He did play at Sheffield United in League One. Could have gone to United under David Moyes, but they didn't sign him, and they've had to pay a big fee for that. As a ball from Martial finds Daniel James, it's a flick that finds Daniel James, but he's tackled by number 5, Jack O'Connell, but Daniel James keeps the ball. He goes back to Martial on the right hand side now, swapping for Daniel James. Keeps the ball, goes to Fred, number 17, the Brazilian, goes back out wide right to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Andres Pereira, he'll look for the switch, will he? No, he'll keep running with the ball, and he will go back to the side of Fred, the left-footed Brazilian midfielder. Tries to find a pass towards Martial and does find him after a deflection off the Sheffield United player. Fred tries to find a pass to Andres Pereira. Intercepted again. George Baldock will clear towards Mousset, but Lindelof will win the header against him and knock it to Harry Maguire. Goes out wide left to Phil Jones. Finds Marcus Rashford. It looks like they're trying to adapt to Sheffield United's game, maybe like overlapping centre-backs maybe, because Phil Jones looks like he's trying to make an overlapping run on the left, as Rashford was caught similarly to Elise Mousset a few minutes ago. He's returning back to the pitch. He looks fine to continue. So Maguire already has the ball from the free kick and goes to Lindelof. We're out to hit the 5th minute and it's still 0-0. Lindelof finds Aaron Wan-Bissaka, great turn to get past Stevens. Now Martial tries to find a first time pass to Daniel James, poor pass, and he'll find Basham, who can keep the ball for Sheffield United. It's a long ball from Jack O'Connell, can't find McGoldrick, and we'll go out for a Manchester United throw in. Swedish international Lindelof has the ball. We'll throw it, I think, to Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who will take the throw in. Chris Wilder actually played in a 2-1 win for Sheffield United against United in 1991. That's interesting, as the ball is cleared by Stevens, but it only finds Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who can be tackled by John Fleck. Very physical player there, and Sheffield United can win the ball, and Simon Moore can get his first touch as a Premier League player as he sends it along towards McGoldrick, brings it down fantastically for John Fleck, tries to drill it into Mousset, can't quite find him, and will roll to David De Gea. He'll find Fred in the midfield. Unmarked, but John Lundstrom will try and work back and try to tackle him, but he finds Rashford, who's dropped deep for the ball. He'll switch it wide right to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Fantastic pass from Rashford to find the young right back of Manchester United. Harry Maguire here, bursting out from the defence. Will go safe towards Andreas Pereira. Go to Daniel James now, asking for the ball. Can he find any space or magic for a United goal? It's Fred on the ball. He'll go to Marcus Rashford, quick 1-2, so back to Fred. Will find the pass. He tried to find, I don't know who he tried to find, but he's only found George Baldock, who will send it out wide right towards Elise Mousset. It will come off Harry Maguire and will be a Sheffield United throw-in. I'm not sure who Fred was trying to find with that pass. It was either Martial or Brandon Williams. It sort of went in between the two, and obviously George Baldock was just there to intercept the ball. think we're back again. I'm hoping. Yeah, we're back. Sorry about that little disruption there. My stream sort of just collapsed a little bit, but we're back. Anyway, nothing happened. Still 0-0. As Lindelof has the ball, I'm hoping that doesn't happen again. But if it does, I'm gonna have to restart my PC, which means restarting the stream, unfortunately. But hopefully that won't happen. As we go to Phil Jones, finds Ais Pereira in a little bit of space, tries to find Rashford, poor pass again from him, and he finds George Baldock Lundstrom, nice pass towards number 6 of Basham near the halfway line. He wins a throw-in from a strong tackle from Phil Jones. It's just interesting to see the overlapping centre-backs and how high up Sheffield United centre-backs go. It's quite intriguing to watch, really. I haven't watched the Sheffield United game this season other than the one against Arsenal, and I didn't pay too much attention to that game. As Maguire plays it back to David De Gea. Send it long towards Anthony Martial. Phil Jagielka will win the header. We'll go to Norwood. We'll play it back to number 6, who is Chris Basham. He'll send it long to the keeper, who will clear it. And he'll go as far as a United throw-in deep inside their half. Lindelof, he'll take a quick one, I think. Jagielka barking at instructions, a very experienced player to come in when one of your centre-backs are injured. 37, I think this will be his last season in football, if I'm going to be honest. He'll be 38 soon. As Chris Basham will pick up the ball for Sheffield United. He'll go out wide left. It'll be now John Fleck on the ball. He'll look to put a crossing. He'll think it's the edge of the box towards Lundstrom, who hits a big save from David De Gea with the left hand. Ball back in. McGoldrick! What a save again from De Gea! And United have to clear and do with Pereira. What a double save from David De Gea. The first one was a left-footed volley from Lundstrom. I think a strong right hand to it. The ball's chipped back in towards McGoldrick. It should be a simple header in, but De Gea somehow saved it. What a save for the first one. Ball's dinged back in, unmarked. Brandon Williams from Harry Maguire can't get him. And then another strong right hand. Hands on the heads of the Sheffield United fans. And what an unbelievable double save. And David De Gea is shown why he's still one of the best goalkeepers in this league and in the world. Brandon Williams switched off and let McGoldrick get in for a free header. What an unbelievable save. And you should think, yeah, Sheffield United should be 1-0 up. Unbelievable goalkeeping from David De Gea. As now Lindelof has the ball for Manchester United, will go to his centre-back partner, Harry Maguire. He'll look for the pass. Goes to Pereira. He tries to find it over the top through ball to no one again. His passing's been poor so far, Pereira. Not found anyone so far. As now Oliver Norwood, Lundstrom, who had the first attempt for that double save on David De Gea. It's now Basham. Norwood will go over the top on the right hand side towards George Baldock. He'll chase it down from Phil Jones. The ball's bobbling, but he finds a nice pass De Gea to Williams to Phil Jones. Can they play out from the back now? It's now Fred to Williams, keeping the ball nicely. Again, he's lost the ball, but I think he's taken down for a foul. It was poor control, really. I think it was a foul. I think he was just caught. That could have been in serious trouble again for United. He's done that twice now. Brandon Williams, he's just got his foot stuck under the ball, but he was fouled by John Lundstrom. It was a foul, but if he didn't foul him, he'd already tripped over the ball himself. Could have won the ball a bit more cleanly than that. Unbelievable goalkeeping from David De Gea, though. I can't believe that. John Lundstrom, a fantastic volley, looking like he's going into that corner. Saved superbly, and then that header was even better to save. Reaction save with the right hand. Strong right hand was needed. Unbelievable save. Throw in for Sheffield United. Goes to John Fleck. Now Lise Mousset gone deep, back to John Fleck. He'll play it to Norwood. Poor heavy touch, but James can't quite get there. It's Basham. Goes to George Baldock. Play it to Jagielka, who'll send it along towards Lise Mousset, who can get in behind Harry Maguire here. And he does. Maguire, I'm not sure what he's doing there with his defending, but United come away with the ball. And it goes to Fred. Martial, Rashford, tackled strongly by Basham, and he falls to Lise Mousset against Phil Jones. Phil Jones battling well and can win the ball for United, and Fred comes out of it, and he's taken out by John Lundstrom, who I'm surprised. Will he be booked here? I think he's going to get telling off, because that is, obviously he fouled Brandon Williams, and he's just fouled Phil Jones. Something you can't take away from Phil Jones sometimes is his passion for a slide tackle. He got There's one there, another strong one there against Oliver Norwood, and then Lundstrom takes out Fred for a foul. Clean tackling though. Jones and Norwood, proper battling there, strong tackles flying in. Can't take it away from the two players there. Harry Maguire has that free kick just on the halfway line. He'll play back on his left foot to Lindelof. Play ball to Aaron Wan-Bissaka, asking a lot of him, and he's taken down by the left wing back of, I think it is Stevens. Sheffield United, they're saying it wasn't a foul, but I'm pretty sure it was. He just took out the leg of Aaron Wan-Bissaka to make him fall on the ground. Play continues with Harry Maguire on the ball. United captain. His career has escalated quickly, gone from Hull City being relegated, then going to Leicester, becoming an England centre back, and then getting his big move to United, and then becoming captain of United in such a short period of time. Fantastic to see. Phil Jones is on the ball. Goes to Harry Maguire. I've just been talking about. Back to Phil Jones. Nice pressing here from Sheffield United, putting Phil Jones under pressure, and he's give it to Williams. He's put him under pressure. Poor pass intercepted by Basham, and Lundstrom can find Lees Mousset, who has time and space. He'll run at the United defence. He'll run at Maguire. Phil Jones has to cover. He's taken. Jones goes down. A foul is given on Phil Jones by Lees Mousset due to the disgust of the Sheffield United fans and players. But yeah, Maguire and Phil Jones could be, they definitely lack pace between the two of them, that's for sure. Lees Mousset could see that as an opportunity to get him behind, as it's now Phil Jones will go into Fred in the centre of the park. You haven't heard much of Marcus Rashford's name so far. It's Aaron Wan-Bissaka, poor pass, but nearly finds Rashford. That wasn't his target, but it's cleared by George Baldock. All the way as far is David De Gea, who's kept United in this game at 0-0, because it could have easily been 1-0. McGoldrick maybe getting his first goal of the season, or first goal in the Premier League, but couldn't quite do so, unfortunately, for him. As we've got Lindelof on the right hand side of the back three, fans are fantastic over the top through ball towards Daniel James. He's in behind of the defence now. Phil Jagielka has to come back, can't quite do so, but Basham clears with the head of a Daniel James cross, and we'll go out for a throw-in for Sheffield, for Manchester United. Sheffield United under the cosh there a little bit. The pace Daniel James has. Couldn't quite find the right ball for Martial. As it's Aaron Wan-Bissaka here now. We'll go to Lindelof to try and surge into the box. He finds Martial. Poor touch finds John Fleck, and Sheffield United can clear. Well, as far as Harry Maguire, it's now Fred, signed for 53 million. The previous summer is a slip there from the number 5 of Jack O'Connell, but he gets away with it as he heads it towards Norwood. It's now Fleck. He goes to Basham on the right hand side of the centre backs. George Baldock fake shots it past Brandon Williams for lovely skill. Finds John Lundstrom. He'll cut inside and go to Oliver Norwood. He'll just spray it out wide left to O'Connell. We've got Stevens here. We'll go and drill a ball into Lees Mousset. He can hold it up as Maguire tries to tackle him. Can't find the pass to McGoldrick, and United win the ball back. It's now Rashford, greatly fouled by Brandon Williams, but it's a poor touch from Rashford, and Sheffield United can bring the ball out as George Baldock tries to find the ball inside to Fred, loses the ball, but then tries to foul him, but he wins the ball instead, says the referee. It's now Basham has to clear it. It's a strong tackle from Andreas Pereira, and he wins the foul. Dangerous tackle. This Stockport County supporters. Yes, it is. Thanks for joining in. Make sure you subscribe. It's a strong tackle though. Oh, it's a scissor. It's one of those scissor challenges. Yes, this is Stockport County supporters. Please subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. As there's a ball over the top to Lees Mousset from Phil Jones. He's bundled down in the box. Lees Mousset's in. He's got to find the right pass. Lundstrom saved by De Gea off John Fleck into the bottom left corner. And Sheffield United have took the lead. It's 1-0. It's John Fleck with the goal. The Scottish international has done it. He gets his second in the goal, but it's Lees Mousset who needs to be thanked the most. He outstrengthed Phil Jones completely and then cuts it back to Lundstrom. It's a great save with the feet from De Gea, but from the deflection from De Gea off his feet, just hits John Fleck perfectly into that bottom left corner. And United have gone 1-0 down, just completely out-strengthened there, Phil Jones. Definitely not foul. Pulled back to Lundstrom. Great save, but from the save, it just hits John Fleck's knee. Doesn't know much about it at all. And from defence to attack, within seconds, John Fleck has put Sheffield United ahead. Didn't know much about it, but off that left knee, he scored a goal. Unbelievable. You have to say Sheffield United have been the team on top so far, in my opinion, and they've fully deserved the goal, because they should have had a goal moments before when De Gea did that fantastic double save. But the new Premier League team, one of the three promoted teams, have gone ahead. He scored in their last game at the Bramall Lane, and I'm sure he'll be buzzing with that goal. That's it for sure, and he has just got me a lovely 6 points on fantasy football. So thank you very much, John Fleck. As Aaron Wan-Bissaka now has the ball from the restart, it's Martial. Topek's the ball towards Rashford. He can take it in his stride and find Brandon Williams. Back to Rashford, obviously the young internationals linking up. It's a ball switched towards Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Can't quite find him at first, but does fall to him after an interception from John Fleck. It's now Fred. Goes to Lindelof. Aaron Wan-Bissaka now. Lindelof. United have tried to play Sheffield United at their own game. Haven't quite been able to, though. As Sheffield United have drawn the first blood, and it's Harry Maguire. Goes to Lindelof. They're not getting much time on the ball. Sheffield United always giving Manchester United no time on the ball. It's McGoldrick. It's a ball found to Lundstrom. It's now Lys Mousset on the ball. Gets past Fred, falls into the brick wall of Harry Maguire as it falls to George Baldock, who can find down the line towards Lundstrom, who's been one of the best players on the pitch so far. Lundstrom knocked down by Phil Jones. Foul given to Sheffield United on the right-hand side here. It'll be a fantastic area to get a cross in. That's for sure. Just pushed down there by Phil Jones there. Feel hard done by if you compare that to Lys Mousset's foul that he did on him as well. When conceding first this season, United have not been able to win. They haven't drawn, they haven't won, they have lost every time they've gone ahead in a Premier League game. So let's hope that can change. Ball will be put in, it's a dangerous area for a left foot, and it'll be John Fleck who does it. Puts the ball in, it's a great ball over towards the back post, and no one can get on the end of it. It took a deflection. I'm not sure if it was off a Sheffield or Manchester United player. Great ball in, it comes off the head of Fred. Should be a corner. I'm pretty sure that came off the head of Fred. Did it? Yeah, came off the head of Fred. Right past the post. Should be a Sheffield United corner. I'm not sure if it will be. Yeah, it will be. It'll be in the corner on the Sheffield United's left. This will be floated in towards the back post of Phil Jagielka. Can't win the header. It's Lindelof. He's still back in the air. Phil Jagielka will go for it. Will fall to Fred. He'll clear it down the left-hand side only as far as Baldock. That'll find Maguire. Poor clearance from Lindelof. Go as far as Basham. It's now Lundstrom, number 7. Phil Jagielka. Now they're starting to reset now. Sheffield United will go back towards Simon Moore, the goalkeeper, who's had nothing to do at all. I don't think United have had a shot yet in the first 22.5 minutes of this game. As it's now Phil Jagielka once again. We'll go to the number 3 of Edna Stevens. Finding over the top through ball, looking for a runner of Sheffield United. I'm not sure who that was, but De Gea. Looks like he may have brought the ball outside the box there, but he was pretty sure he did not. It's now Wan-Bissaka on the ball on the right-hand side. So I'm just checking the stream, make sure it's okay. Harry Maguire now on the ball. Phil Jones. To Harry Maguire playing along the back again. United can't get out their own half. Aaron Wan-Bissaka keeps the ball. Apparently it stays in. And the ball now falls to Pereira after a pass from Martial. It'll go to the left-hand side towards Jones. To try to spread the pitch. United can't. It's Pereira took too long on the ball trying to do a turn, very physical. John Fleck wins the ball back. It's now McGoldrick trying to be pulled down by Pereira, doesn't let him do it. McGoldrick with a strike straight into the throat of David De Gea, but Sheffield United are looking on top and want it more, really. That's what it looks like. John Fleck wins the ball, just out-muscles Pereira, and he couldn't recover. He has a poor game so far, Pereira. McGoldrick running in, tries to get the shot off, and he does, but straight down the throat of David De Gea. But good signs for McGoldrick, because him and Lise Mousset looking dangerous today. As all 5 of Sheffield United's shots so far have been on target. All of United's shots that they've had have been on target, because they haven't had any. So they've had 0 shots, 0 on target. Unfortunately, there's a long switch ball towards Brandon Williams. Cannot be found by him as he has to draw aerial duel against George Baldock, and he goes out for a Sheffield United throw-in. Sorry about that. Don't know if you call the end of me drinking my drink. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer won't be happy with this, though. 1 win in the last 10 away Premier League games as manager. It's poor for a team like United. Obviously, they're not quite what they used to be, but they're still Manchester United. At the end of the day, they still won 20 Premier League titles. As McGoldrick spins nicely, and we'll switch it towards Edna Stevens. It's a good thought-out ball, but couldn't quite execute the pass that he wanted to do. Obviously, Sheffield United and Manchester United have both won 4 games so far out of the first 12, but Sheffield United drew 5. United drew 4, and Sheffield United have only lost 3 compared to Manchester United's 4 losses. That's how they only have a points difference between them. So now Phil Jagielka will go to Jack O'Connell. McGoldrick's gone out wide left and can find. Here's the overlapping centre-back of number 3. Edna Stevens is the full-back, actually. As he loses the ball to Fred, he keeps the ball to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He'll pass it back to the Swedish international of Lindelof. Can he find the pass? Goes to Wan-Bissaka. It's all nervy for United to try to find a way out, and they lose the ball again. It's great pressing from Sheffield United to cause these mistakes, as Harry Maguire just has to hoof it up clear, and United can push out. Martial can't win the aerial duel, but it will fall towards Rashford, but he can't get it. It's now George Baldock being closed down by Brandon Williams. It's a nice ball round to John Lundstrom. Can he find the right pass? He goes to Norwood. Lundstrom back to the centre-back of Basham. It's great play here from Sheffield United, keeping the ball. Tackled by Rashford, but he will win the throw-in for Sheffield United. Sullivan Norwood will go to Jagielka. Will spray it out wide, left towards O'Connell. Stevens, can he find the right pass? He'll go down the line for McGoldrick. He'll dummy it nicely for Fleck. Great play from Sheffield United. He'll look to cross it. He finds the cross towards Lundstrom. Phil Jones has to intercept, but he falls to Mousset. He'll try and flick it over his head towards the goal, but Phil Jones can head it away, and Fred can help it on clear towards Daniel James, who tries to flick it on towards Rashford. Poor gives the ball straight back to Sheffield United, and they can get back on the attack. It's John Fleck on the left-hand side. Finds Stevens. Will go back to Fleck. What can he do? Finds a great ball down the line to Stevens. Can he keep it in the pitch? No, he can't. Tries to clear it, but goes to the back stick of Brandon Williams, who will be able to deal with it, and Spacky to De Gea for a goal kick. It's a great play, though, from Sheffield United. They're really showing why they are, they should be respected in this league as one of the better teams, especially coming up from the Championship. It's Phil Jagielka. He smacks the ball against John Fleck's face accidentally as a foul is given to Fred, and Phil Jagielka stayed on the John Fleck stayed on the ground. After being smacked in the face with the ball accidentally by Phil Jagielka. He's going to get back his feet. He will be okay. So that would have been a bit of a sore one for the Scottish international. As it's Aaron Wan-Bissaka gives it to Martial. Daniel James making a run, can't find him. We'll go back to Aaron Wan-Bissaka instead. Just recycle the ball. Rashford goes to Pereira, who's a poor game so far. Goes back as far as Harry Maguire. Can United have their first shot on goal with Phil Jones? Goes to Brandon Williams. Phil Jones. Nicely into Marcus Rashford. Go to Harry Maguire, into Fred. Nice play here from Manchester United. Left hand side to Brandon Williams. Goes inside to Martial. Tries to find space. Does shoot! Nicely held by the goalkeeper of Simon Moore. And Sheffield United can breathe once again. It's the first shot on goal. It's the first shot on target. Nicely struck by Martial, but would cause no fuss for the goalkeeper. Fortunately for Sheffield United, as the ball goes long towards Lys Mousset, he'll battle with Phil Jones. It'll fall as far as Norwood. He'll go to Lundstrom down this right hand side. Overlapping, he'll find him. He'll go back to Lundstrom with an overlap again. He'll play back to Basham, who joined the attack, the centre back. Back to Lundstrom. He'll dink the ball in. He'll come off Brandon Williams and will be a corner for Sheffield United. I think he's got that in the midriff area. Brandon Williams, a bit of a sore one, half an hour in. Sheffield United won, and I forgot to change the scoreboard. Apologies for that. So indulged in the moment, I forgot to change the scoreboard. There we go, 1-0. Well, Brandon Williams will be okay. Just taking a few minutes to recover from that. That would have been a sore one, for sure. John Fleck will float one in towards the back post. De Gea can claim nicely. De Gea, can he start a counter-attack? He just rolls it out wide right to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. If there's any buff now, I do apologise. It's Andreas Pereira. He'll go to Victor Lindelof. Pereira. Try and think over the top towards James. But number 5, Jack O'Connell, can clear for Sheffield United for a throw-in. Victor Lindelof on the far right. Play into Daniel James. Can't get past McGoldrick, can he? No, he can't. Norwood will pick it up. Stevens back out to McGoldrick. Poor pass. Fred can intercept. McGoldrick will keep closing him down and will commit the foul in the end. Fred wins the free kick. Says it's buffering, and if it is, I do apologise. There's not much I can do about it. My stream's saying otherwise. And Sheffield United win the ball. It's Oliver Norwood with a nice interception. Mousset sort of stuck on his own, surrounded by many United players, but keeps the ball and finds Norwood. Fantastic play. Norwood now finds Baldock in the middle. Find the overlap of Basham. There's the overlapping centre backs, as we spoke about before. He's in the corner flag, surrounded, try and win a corner, can't. Brandon Williams tackles. A bit of battling going on this right hand side. It's now Basham will lay it off to Baldock. Will go to Norwood. First time cross into the box, headed away from Maguire. On the edge of the box to McGoldrick. Can he find the strike? Look inside for a pass. Can't find anyone, unfortunately. And we'll go to David De Gea, and United can restart once again. Phil Jones now on the ball. Finds Fred nicely. We'll go through ball for Marcus Rashford. Offside, says the lineswoman. And I think she's correct with that one. I think that was just offside, Marcus Rashford. Not been in the game at all as of yet, unfortunately, for United. But I think he was offside, but I'm going to have a check on that. As Sheffield United will take the free kick. Goalkeeper Chris Simon Moore. Send a long ball towards Mousset Maguire. Maguire will win it on the edge of the box. Cleared as far as Jagielka. He'll flick it on towards Fleck. He can't win it. It's now Lindelof. Will go to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Pressed by Stevens. Can find Martial, but it's a great tackle from the number 5, Jack O'Connell. It's now Lundstrom going to the right hand side of Baldock. He'll find McGoldrick. Back to Lundstrom. Can he find the right pass? Finds Baldock. Lundstrom. Back into Baldock. Just keeping the ball here with triangles here. Sheffield United. McGoldrick back into Baldock. Fantastic passing play here from Sheffield United, showing why they are deserved of their 5th position spot, as it's Baldock. He'll whip the ball in towards Mousset, headed away from Aaron Wan-Bissaka, falls as far as John Fleck. will go to Stevens. He tries to cut inside, finds a ball to Lundstrom on the edge of the box, goes to George Baldock, can put the ball across the goal, intercepted by Fred, goes out for a Sheffield United corner. Fans are right behind them, and I'm not surprised because they are showing a fantastic display here against Manchester United and are deserved of their lead. Fantastic play so far. John Fleck will take it. Will there be another sort of floater into the box? I'll have to see. John will take it short. It's now Baldock. Norwood who came short. He'll go back over towards Baldock. Lets it go out for a throw-in, and it'll be a Sheffield United ball. He'll throw it. Everyone's going to get back in possession, I think. Back in position, I think, for the throw-in. That's including United players as well. Take it to Lundstrom. It's now Baldock. One-on-one versus Brandon Williams. Can he put the cross in? Yes, he can, but he'll go out for another corner. I wonder if they'll go short again or think of something different. Taken by, I think, John Fleck once again with that left foot. Jagielka's coming up. O'Connell's also arriving into the box. Ball into the box, back stick, headed away from Lindelof outside of the edge of the box. Shot, deflected, Lundstrom shoots. Deflected, I think, of his own player, and Daniel James can get on the counter-attack, and United could be in. He dinks it over towards Marcus Rashford. It's a poor pass completely. And then Rashford knocks over the Sheffield United defender, and a free kick is given. Poor from United. Manchester United, should I say. Daniel James should have done better with that. Should have maybe drove it on more, or even picked out a better pass, but that wasn't the pass he should have done. So it'll be a free kick, and it'll be taken by the Simon Moore, keeper for Sheffield United. Goes on towards Elise Mousset against Maguire. Maguire will win it. Andres Pereira will flick it over towards Martial, who can head it towards Daniel James. He'll find the pass, will he? No, he'll keep running with it. He'll look for the pass, I think, of Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Does so, play behind him, goes out for a Sheffield United. Throw in, poor again from Daniel James. Sometimes he does show why he may not be Premier League quality. Sometimes. Fewest touches, 9 for Daniel James, 13 for Marcus Rashford, 15 for Martial. The only person who's had less touches than Martial has been Jack O'Connell with 13 for the Sheffield United, and he's in the defence as well, showing that he can't get him on the ball at all. So, we'll just have to see what Solskjaer can do to get his strikers more involved in the game, because he needs them right now, because they look like they're not going to get back in this game at any time. Only having the one shot. Obviously, Phil Jones hasn't had the greatest of games so far. Got totally bundled off the ball for the goal when Elise Mousset just knocks him off it completely. It's a throw in towards Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who can head it just as far as John Fleck. Goes to Maguire, Andres Pereira, Wan-Bissaka drills it in towards Martial, and Rashford can find Daniel James. They're running at the Sheffield United defence now. He can go round. Jagielka tries to hand the ball in, it's come off. I think that is Jack O'Connell will go for a United corner. Finally, some positive attacking play for United. That's actually come to something in the end. Fred will be the one who takes it. Sheffield United will take their positions here at the corner. Maguire lurking. They'll go short to Daniel James. We'll give it back to Fred for a better angle. We'll go to Wan-Bissaka. Outside the box to Pereira. This could be a big waste here for United if they don't get it in the box. It's now Fred who will now dink it into the box towards Maguire. Poor ball, but I think it will find him. No, it'll go out for a Sheffield United throw-in, unfortunately. And Maguire is not happy at all. Having a go at Fred there for the poor pass. showing that he's really not happy there with the ball, having a go. It's not great signs to see him having a go at his own players when he's captain. But it was a poor ball from Fred, and he should have done better because Maguire could have maybe nodded that home. As throwing is taken, it finds Norwood. Thrown back in towards Norwood. It's actually Don Fleck, and McGoldrick can come out of it and send it out wide left to Stevens. We'll now go to Norwood. Fleck, clipped back a heel by Pereira. No complaints. Free kick for Sheffield United just in their own half. Ball is found towards Phil Jones. He can only head it out for Jones will keep it in actually instead. He was thinking about letting that go out. Lundstrom will go back to Norwood. First time ball in towards Mousse. Headed away from Lindelof, not convincingly. Goes as far as Stevens on the other side of the pitch. Gets Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Nice feet, nice movement. Needs to find the pass and does so as Aaron Wan-Bissaka tries to slide in. It goes to McGoldrick. On the ball in the corner flag. Tries to take on Pereira. Nice feet, but can't quite get in front of Pereira. And he needs to clear the ball. And he will, so he'll just clip it towards Martial. He can head it to Dan James. Nicely played here from Manchester United. Can actually make a counter-attack work. It's gone over. Nice interception there by the number 5 of Jack O'Connell. Great interception because United were in there with Fred. As they have the ball back, it's Pereira towards Daniel James. Goes to Martial. Has to hold the ball taken down by Phil Jagielka. And we'll go out for a free kick to Manchester United. That would have been a lovely ball by James as well. One I was asking for before, but fantastically intercepted with sort of like a karate kick looking clearance. Pereira and Fred over it. The two Brazilian midfielders. Can they make the most of it? It's a nice diagonal free kick for them to be put in. It's put in towards Harry Maguire. He can't win the header against Chris Basham, and Baldock will try and keep it in. And does so. Just keeps the ball in. He'll go back to Basham. And Fred tries to win the header, but closed down by Mousset. And the ball will fall to Norwood. It's now Lundstrom. Goes to John Fleck. It's now Stevens on the ball against Aaron Wan-Bissaka. John Fleck, nice 1-2, back to Stevens, tries to put a cross in, comes off Aaron Wan-Bissaka, back off the defender of Sheffield United, out for a goal kick for Manchester United, unfortunately for Sheffield United. Does come off the Sheffield United player in the end for a goal kick. It's the correct decision. De Gea will take it. Will he go short? Will he go long? Yeah, it looks like he'll go long. It's a kick towards the left-hand side of Rashford. He can't win the header, go straight over him. And out for a Sheffield United throw-in. Poor. It's the only word I can describe United. Shocking. Poor. Sort of a disgrace of United performance, really. They've just been played off the park by Sheffield United. They are really showing why, they could even be top 6 this season, Sheffield United. I know it's a big question, but they haven't got any mid-game weeks. They've been knocked out of the League Cup. They've all got the FA Cup to come. They've got one game every week other than that. And, they've been able to beat Arsenal. They've beaten United. They've got a draw away at Chelsea, who are high-flying this season. They've all just got beat by on in the season, so they're they're showing that and they're a draw away against Tottenham, unbeaten away in the Premier League so far. All 3 of their losses have come at home. It's a great start for Sheffield United. Why is there no data? Okay, sorry, there you go. I don't know if you heard me say no data. It says they might be buffering, and if there is, let me know. But my stream is saying different. My stream saying there's enough data going in, so they shouldn't be having this problem. So I'm not sure what's going on. I'll have it fixed for the next stream. As long as you can hear me, I think that should be all that matters. 2 minutes away from added on time though, as Sheffield United has the throw-in. It's a long throw towards McGoldrick against Lindelof. He can win the header as far as Mousset, but Harry Maguire wins that header instead. It's now Stevens tries to find Lundstrom. Poor pass intercepted. It's now Daniel James, He's tackled by Norwood. Foul given, says the referee, as he toe pokes the ball away. The captain of Sheffield United for today's game. Harry Maguire now with the ball. Minute and 20 seconds till the 45th minute has arrived. Lindelof. Try and find Martial. Poor pass once again. Can't find the attacking players, Manchester United. And the ball's gone over the top. Try to find, I think, McGoldrick, but it's gone nowhere near him. And it's gone to David De Gea. Instead, he'll play it over towards Phil Jones. Harry Maguire. Goes far as Victor Lindelof. United really struggling to get through this Sheffield defence. Can't find any way. They've only had one shot, and that's really showing why they're struggling so badly. Ball sprayed. Goes to Martial. He tackles Sheffield United man unfairly. Oh, that goes out for a Sheffield United free kick. And I think the goalkeeper will take it with 10 seconds till half time. I don't think there may not even be any time added on. If any, there'll be one. But I'm not sure if he'll add any on. Yeah, he has added on 1 minute. Not many stoppages really. There's a long ball towards Lisa Mousse. Thankfully for United, falls to the hands of David De Gea. There's Brandon Williams, receives the ball, goes inside to Fred. Last thing United want to do is concede as they lose possession to John Fleck. He'll find the pass in the overlap of Stevens. Back to Fleck, tries to find a ball into the midfield, but intercepted by Pereira and go out for a Sheffield United throw-in. With a throw-in, 12 seconds till half time. I think there'll be no more attacks really in this half. Headed away. It's now played over the top towards Maguire. De Gea will clear it, and before he can even throw it out, half time has been upon us. It is Sheffield United 1 and Manchester United 0. They've had one shot on target of United, and that's all they've had. Sheffield United being the much dominant side. John Fleck with their goal. Didn't know much about it. It bounced off his knee, but a goal is a goal. And United have to go 1-0 down at half time. Once again, Sheffield United fully deserved of the lead. And at half time, United are 1-0 down. Can they come back and somehow salvage something from this game after a very poor performance? Are we back for the second half? And yeah, we're joining in about 15 minutes, and we'll be back for the second half. Hello, we're going to be back for the second half. About to kick off in a few minutes. Lingard has he's going to be substituted for Manchester United. I'm not sure who's coming off yet. I'm going to have a look now. Just in a few seconds. Obviously, we've got to remember and take into consideration, even though I don't think he would have changed the game or this game in any way. You know, they haven't got Paul Pogba playing. You know, they've not got McTominay for today's game. He's injured. You know, Matty's not playing quite an, nice forward player. You know, Luke Shaw isn't playing, but still, it's still pretty poor for Manchester United standards. I'm trying to find out who's been subbed off. I think I've tried to figure out too late because I think they're about the show. Can I beat Sky to find out? No, I can't. I'm going to presume it's like Brandon Williams or something, or maybe Phil Jones. It's probably, I think it is Phil Jones, I'm not sure though. I'll keep you updated on that. But because United are going to kick off with Lingard over the ball with Andreas Pereira. About to kick off. United left to right. Sheffield United right to left. And we have kicked off, and it looks like, yeah, it's definitely Phil Jones has come off and they've gone to a back four. I think it's going to be De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Lindelof, and the Brandon Williams back four. Pereira, Fred, Holding, and then I think a front four with obviously Lingard, Rashford, James and Martial, as we have restarted now with George Baldock 25 seconds into the half. So I need to put the timer back on. I need to remember these things. Foul given away though by Jesse Lingard. There we go. So time is back on and it's no longer half time. Second half now. Not lowercase though. Looks very ugly that. Second half. Sorry if you can hear bonfires near me. I don't know why they're still going off. No action so far going on though. As there's a throw in here, we've got John Lundstrom on the ball. Plays it back to Baldock down this right hand side. Tries to get past Brandon Williams. He stops in his tracks. Fred now right in the corner flag. Back heels it. As far as John Lundstrom. It's McGoldrick. Can't win the ball and Pereira comes out of it and United can get on the counter-attack. It's now Marcus Rashford on the left-hand side, bursting down, beckoning onto the Sheffield United defence. Can he find the right option? He gets along John Fleck and it's a great tackle from Phil Jagielka as he goes near the hoverboard, near the sideboards. Rashford, I think that may have gone out for a throw-in, but I'm not sure. It's either a throw-in or a corner. It's between the two of them. Rashford is running at the goal. Poor run, really, because he's running into traffic. And Jagielka sends it out for a throw-in right in that corner flag, though. And it's now Brandon Williams finds Martial in a confined space. Fred back heels it once again towards Brandon Williams. Pereira thinks it in towards Martial, can't win the header. McGoldrick can come out with the ball. Nutmegs. Pereira can find John Fleck. Poor, can't keep the ball. James, though, goes to Maguire. So Pereira, number 15, had a very poor first half, in my opinion. Tries to find Martial, he can't win the ball. Poor pass, though, from the Sheffield United man, finds Aaron Wan-Bissaka. It's now Pereira on the ball. Marcus Rashford can find Williams, who's come forward from the left-back position, goes back to Marcus Rashford. He'll try and hit the ball. Dummies it, nice fake shot. He'll now shoot from the edge of the box, well over the bar. No trouble for the goalkeeper at all. And it is Sheffield United 1, Manchester United 1, and we're just under 3 minutes in the second half. A lot more positive, though, for Manchester United, which is very, very good to see from their point of view. It's a poor shot from Rashford, but at least they're showing signs of improvement. So it's one thing that Solskjaer would have wanted, and they've got it. Rashford, only aged 22, still so young. He's the top goal scorer for United in the Premier League with 6 goals at all competition. Top goal scorer with 9. Obviously, his first his breakout campaign was in the 2015-16 season. Obviously, scored that derby goal against City for give United their 1-0 win. As when Van Gaal was manager, as Pereira comes out of the ball, tries to clear it, deflected off John Fleck, out for a throw in near the halfway line for Manchester United. Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Throw back, chested by Lindelof, back to Aaron Wan-Bissaka, to Lindelof once again. He'll switch and go over the top with the left foot towards Martial, poor ball, don't see the point in that one. Phil Jagielka goes over his head, and Simon Moore can collect the ball with his hands and look for an option. And he'll send it along with the kick out of the hand. But they have not lost a game since January 2014. Sheffield United when going ahead. Unbelievable stat. That is crazy. Yes, that's been in League 1 and League 2. That's still unbelievable. There's John Lundstram on the ball down the right hand side. Has to hold up the ball and finds an overlapping run of George Baldock against Brandon Williams. Taken down poorly. Foul. That'll definitely 100% be a booking. Did not win any of the ball or anything like that. And it is their definite yellow card for Brandon Williams, and he knows it himself. No, no arguing back, no nothing. He knew that was definitely a foul. It's completely taken out. Right, nice call from the referee. It's a dangerous area as well on the Sheffield United's right hand side. It'll be a left-footed Fleck to take it. This could cause danger for Manchester United. Hopefully not from Manchester United's point of view. He'll look to whip the ball in here. John Fleck. Who will he aim for? There's Mousset in there. There's Basham, McGoldrick. Ball gone shot to Lundstram. We'll try and lay it back off to Fleck. It's a poor free kick. And your counter-attack can be on for Manchester United. It's Jesse Lingard who can break, tackled and taken out by the Sheffield United man and John Lundstram. He'll pick up booking as well. Poor deducted fantasy points for that, unfortunately. For me, it's a poor corner technique. You can see what they were trying to do. John Lundstram showing some great pace to get back. You can see the thinking behind it, like a quick 1-2, get a better angle on it, but it just did not work, unfortunately, for Sheffield United. And Jesse Lingard, hopefully he can somewhat contribute to the game. 4th yellow card for Lundstram, 1 more, and he's suspended for a while, for a game, should I say, not for a while. But unfortunately for United, that attack ended as Lys Mousset wins it off Andres Pereira. He's having a shocker of a game. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets substituted. John Fleck's great ball to Lys Mousset. He's 1-on-1 with Harry Maguire. Gets a shot away into the bottom right corner. Lys Mousset puts it in, and his 4th goal of the season. And what a strike in 6 minutes into the second half. It's Sheffield United 2, Manchester United 0. What a strike from far out. He was running alongside Harry Maguire. He gave him a few yards to run at him. He shouldn't have gave him that many yards because he's just bent into that bottom right corner. And Lys Mousset's really showing his form and skill and potential in the Sheffield United shirt. He wins the ball off Andres Pereira, and then it's John Fleck who plays the ball round the corner towards Lys Mousset again. Fred can't recover from about 22 yards out. Strokes the ball into the bottom right corner. Maguire gave him too much space, room and time. De Gea can get nowhere near it. Straight into that bottom right corner. And the Sheffield United 2, Manchester United 0. United have definitely been the team on top in the second half so far. But that has meant nothing. And Lys Mousset, deserved goal, because today he has been fantastic, battling constantly alongside Maguire and Phil Jones when he was on the pitch. And we've got straight back into the action as Lundstram has the ball. He has to turn back though to Basham, Oliver Norwood. It's great. It's such a joy watching Sheffield United. It's a fantastic team, that's for sure. And it's McGoldrick finds Fleck in space, takes a touch towards Fred, tries to find a through ball towards Lys Mousset. Onside, says the referee. No, he's not. No, he's not. And the lineswoman has gave it a free kick for Manchester United. As it's Fred. It's now Wan-Bissaka on this right hand side. Dan James goes back to Pereira. Can he find that killer ball? It's shocking pass again. And Pereira has had a awful game. Indescribable how bad he's been today. No passes has gone his way. No passes. He's not given anything to the game. It is poor. It's Chris Wilder will be delighted with this, and his team will be going back to 5th in the table with this win. So Wan-Bissaka, he will have the throw in. It goes to Martial, back to Wan-Bissaka. It's now Pereira who's probably been the worst player on the pitch in my opinion for Manchester United, finally does a successful pass to Harry Maguire. He'll spray it out wide left to Brandon Williams. Tries to find a ball to Rashford, can't find him. Ball's in the air. Fred will knock it towards Lingard. He'll flick it on towards Dan James, can't find him. Goes far as Stevens, who just clears it long towards Harry Maguire. And just gone as far as Harry Maguire. They'll go all the way back to David De Gea. Here is Harry Maguire on the ball, the captain of Manchester United for tonight's game. Brandon Williams tries to drill the ball in towards Lingard, intercepted by Norwood, but falls as far as Jesse Lingard. Rashford, Williams, back into Fred. They found the left-footed ball to Jesse Lingard, who's shown some sort of sparks for Manchester United. He plays it into Fred. Andreas Pereira, spread out wide right to Dan James. Wan-Bissaka's overlapping. Dan James, can he find a cross? Goes to Andreas Pereira. Sorry for the buffering that is occurring on the video. Again, for me, saying differently. Should be no buffering, but you know, there's YouTube for you. As it's Marcus Rashford tries Brandon Williams. I think he may be offside. Brandon Williams, but Rashford will keep going. It will go out for a Manchester United corner, but I am 100% sure I thought Rashford was offside there. Again, sorry for any buffering that is occurring. I don't get why, because my OBS is saying that there's enough data going into the stream. Oh well. This ball's going to be put in. It's going to be Jesse Lingard, is it? Who's it going to? I think it's Pereira. Puts the ball in towards the box, headed away from Basham. Fred Norwood will go for it. Fred wins the header. Lingard flicks on towards Maguire, flicks it onto Martial. Didn't know much about it. It came off him. Only as far as the Sheffield United player, and they can clear as far as a Manchester United throw-in. Nearly in there. Harry Maguire just swung a foot at it. Wasn't the greatest of strikes, really, to be honest. As Aaron Wan-Bissaka will take a long throw in towards Martial. Jagielka stuck to him like glue. Or is it Lundstrom? No, it's O'Connell who was stuck to him, and Sheffield United could win the throw in. Apparently, I've just seen a picture here of Alex Ferguson and Ed Woodward. Looks like they're having a bit of an argument at the game tonight. It looks like Edward is definitely shouting at Alex Ferguson in some, in some disgust. I'm not sure if that's, 100% true, but it doesn't look very happy there as United are on the ball. They won a foul with Marcus Rashford, I think from Norwood was the one who committed the foul. Andreas Pereira takes it quickly towards Jesse Lingard, about 30 yards from goal. It's now Harry Maguire on the left-hand side. We'll go back towards Fred. Andreas Pereira can dink it in towards Martial, headed away from Basham. Falls as far as Marcus Rashford. Tackled by Basham, but keeps it. Fred. Goes to Andreas Pereira. Flicks it nicely. Fred. Lingard. Fred just keeping the ball. Manchester United trying to find a way through this resolute Sheffield United defence. Lindelof. Pereira. Wan-Bissaka. Going to run at the Sheffield United defence. Goes to Dan James, who's to the right of him. Goes back to Andreas Pereira. Tries to flick it. Again, poor pass from Pereira. He's lost possession. I love to know how many times he's lost possession as a big header from Basham. Can head it clear only as far as Harry Maguire. Sounds a little bit ridiculous, this, but if, some of these English internationals for Sheffield United maybe should be getting a call-up of some sort. Or maybe being thought about, because John Lundstrom, the English international, has had a fantastic game today, and he did against Tottenham as well, as Fred can spread out wide left towards Williams, the number 53 of Manchester United. We'll find Fred once again, just on the edge of the Sheffield United box, just soaking up the pressure. They find a nice ball towards Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who will try and cut it back. No, he'll put a ball in with the left foot towards a United man, but only Basham can win it. It's now Fred. Brandon Williams just can't break through this defence so far, as Harry Maguire tries to drill it in towards Rashford. He can't get touched on it. It goes all the way past the post for a Sheffield United goal kick. But once again, showing signs United they could possibly break through, but if they want to break through, they need to bring off that Andreas Pereira. He has had an absolute shocker of a game. I'm going to quickly see who's on the subs bench for Manchester United. who they could maybe bring on as a possible replacement. They haven't got really anyone they can. Juan Mata they could bring on and leave Fred as the holding, but that could lead some gaps open. But I'm not sure. But that Andres Pereira has been shocking so far today, as we're about 32 minutes left of the half, as John Lundstrom finds the ball number 7. Yeah, muscles Lingard and finds George Baldock. Can run at Fred, tries to dink a ball in, sets it by Fred, and he can bring the ball out. And finally, Jesse Lingard pass towards Maguire, but can't find him. It's Lys Mousset's picked it up. So Lundstrom goes to Norwood, finds Baldock on the right hand side. He may look towards the back post and finds John Lundstrom, who looked offside, but the lineswoman has not put a flag up yet. And it's Baldock tries to find Lundstrom with a 1-2. Can't quite do so. George Baldock wins it back though nicely with some physicality. Plays back towards Basham, the overlapping centre-back who's in the box. Can't quite find him. Fred can clear towards Marcus Rashford. They're met by Jagielka. Fantastic defending by the 37-year-old ex-Everton player. George Baldock, he given offside this time. He looked offside the first time, but the lineswoman's give it this time, thankfully. As it is Fleck on the ball. Tries to find McGoldrick. Late tackle from Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and the foul will be given, and it will be a yellow card for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Rightly so as well. Definitely deserved to go in the book there for that challenge. Just late. Just couldn't quite catch. Couldn't quite get the ball and caught McGoldrick, the Irish international. He'll be searching for his first Premier League goal in his career. Sorry about that. Couldn't quite find it in the end. Obviously, a top save in the first half stopped him from getting that. George Baldock brings it down nicely to John Lundstrom. Them two are linking up nicely. John Lundstrom tries to find a ball too acute, and then he finds Martial, and United can get the counter attack. It's now Andres Pereira finds the ball on the right hand side towards Jan James. Can he find somewhat pass? And he finds a ball across the box, easily collected by the goalkeeper Simon Moore, and it looks like he's having quite a comfortable game for his Premier League debut at the age of 29. But yeah, it is Chip Ferguson and Ed Woodward have been arguing in the stands. How is this club gone from 20 times Premier League champions, winning Champions Leagues and everything, to this? It's quite a downfall. And when you've got one of the greatest ever managers for your club and in the whole entire world arguing with the chairman, it's not a great sign at all. This is Pereira finds a gap to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Goes to Dan James. Our Andreas Pereira goes to Brandon Williams. Poor touch. Sums up United's performance. Goes out for Sheffield United throw-in. That is so poor. It's unbelievable how poor that was. And it'll be taken by George Baldock, just taking their time. Throw-in taken long. Only finds Harry Maguire. Oliver Norwood heads it back in. Finds Pereira. Lingard tries to dummy it. Only finds the feet of Norwood. It's now Basham tries to clear in. Does so only as far as a throw-in for Sheffield United. So it must have took a deflection off the Manchester United player. George Baldock will probably take this corner once again. Then with Basham who takes it instead, he must have quite a long throw. He does so, throws it long towards McGoldrick. Maguire wins the header once again. I've said that too many times today. George Baldock stops it from going out and just hooves it clear all the way out for a Manchester United goal kick where De Gea can take. De Gea will take a quick one. We'll go to Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the right hand side. It's now Lindelof just on the edge of the United box, trying to find a way to play out and find the gaps through the Sheffield United defence. Dan James, Martial, Andres Pereira goes to Fred. Just about gets to him as well. It's this Lingard on the left hand side. He looks the only player who can maybe spark an attack for Manchester United. It's Martial has gone deep for the ball. Shoot from long range just past the left hand side of the post. From our view, the right hand side of the goalkeepers. And he is wearing a chain there. I don't know if that's allowed, but it's a close effort. Hits just skims the side netting. It's the only real chance they've had this second half. Sorry. Martial is just wearing a nice little gold chain there. Wonder how much that cost. And Simon Moore will take the goal kick for Sheffield United. Right-footed kick long towards, I'm presuming it'll be McGoldrick. Yes, it is. He brings it down nicely against Lindelof. Can't quite keep the ball in and absolutely hoofs the ball into the stands. No, and he couldn't quite keep that one in. It's now Lindelof who receives the ball. 25 minutes plus added on time to go. Aaron Wan-Bissaka with the ball now goes it round the corner towards Andres Pereira. Can he finally find a half-decent pass? No, he can't. Straight to Basham. And it's been a theme all of this all game. If you heard the whole commentary, you can just hear me slagging off Andres Pereira as Lingard tries to get in behind. Falls to Rashford, falls off Fleck, goes to the keeper of Simon Moore, and it goes to nothing in the end. So now he'll just take his time to take the kick out of his hands. Presumably let it bounce first. Out of his hands, and he goes towards McGoldrick again against Lindelof. Can he win it this time? Just flicks it on towards Fleck. It comes off. I think it was Lindelof in the end, so Sheffield United can get the throw in. McGoldrick and Mousset have had fantastic games, showing why they should be starting ahead of Callum Robinson, Billy Sharp, and players like McBurney as well. McGoldrick 1-2. With Stevens, can't quite get it ahead of there. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and he can get the ball for Lindelof. Can he clear? Plays to Fred instead, and United can come out with the ball. Maguire comes out with the ball. Can he find the right pass? Finds Lingard. First time pass nicely. 1-2. Harry Maguire puts just enough on that for him to keep it in. He'll go inside towards Martial, who can try and take on the defence. Nicely past him, but can't quite get past Norwood, who was behind his defender. And Jagielka will just hoof it clear, and Sheffield United can push back up. And it's looking like an adventurous ball towards Leeds Mousset, but Lindelof will get there first. And Mousset has gone down. He has dropped to the floor. Obviously, United have all the right to carry on. I think it might be muscular or just tiredness. It looks like, but United have all the rights to continue. And George Baldock absolutely hoofs it out clear. George Baldock's having a go at the referee for not stopping the game, but it wasn't a head injury, so they did have all the rights to continue. Leeds Mousset's a fantastic game, obviously being a goal scorer. It looks muscular, definitely, for sure. He's just chasing the ball with Lindelof, and he just stopped chasing it. It looks like probably a hamstring. That's what it looks like. That's for sure. It looks like he'll have to come off. It's unfortunate that, because he's had a very good game today, Leeds Mousset, and it'll be Oliver McBurney who will enter the fray for Leeds Mousset, because it does look like he is going to be coming off for Sheffield United, and I wouldn't even risk it anyway and keep him on, especially when your team's 2-0 up as well. Mousset clapping his fans, and he has had a great effort today. It's an unbelievable performance. He scored, around 15 minutes ago. It's a fantastic curl shot into that bottom right corner. It is a fantastic goal, and he'll be happy with that one. That's for sure. He'll be annoyed he'll come off. Hopefully he's not out for a while, because he had a fantastic game. But with when Sheffield United have got 5 fantastic strikers, I've named them a few times this stream. McBurney, Billy Sharp, Callum Robertson. That's 3 that aren't even playing today that they can bring on. He was signed from Swansea in the summer. And McGoldrick and McBurney will be the strike partner for now. Hopefully he could get on the score sheet, maybe Oliver McBurney, as he has got a Premier League goal this season. He did score against Leicester City, as McBurney challenges Victor Lindelof, and he commits a foul whilst doing it in the process. He argues to the ref, but the free kick has been given. If you're here and you're not subscribed, please do. It'd be a massive help. as Brandon Williams is on the ball. Right foot ball over the top, finds the head of Basham. Poor header, he'll have to go for it once again against Martial. He can't win it, but it comes off the hand of Anthony Martial. No complaints. So that continues. There's a free kick. And the keeper will be taking it near the edge of the box, near the halfway line for Sheffield United. Obviously, it's debut's go. Simon Moore hasn't had much to do, and when he has had to do something, he's done it well. So far, great debut for him. As it's Stevens. We'll go to Oliver McBurney. On this far left-hand side, tries to get the cross in, deflected off Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Lindelof has to clear. Goes back to Wan-Bissaka, and he clears as far as Norwood. Great header to McGoldrick. Tries to keep the ball. Pereira can hook it away with the left foot. Only falls as far as George Baldock, who can slide in and get it clear to Jagielka. He goes to Stevens. Great play here from Sheffield United. Can't quite keep the ball, but that clearance from Manchester United fell to Phil Jagielka. Goes over the top towards McGoldrick. Poor ball and goes after a Manchester United goal kick. And with 20 minutes to go, Sheffield United 2, Manchester United 2. And this looks like this game will more than likely be ending in a Sheffield United win for sure. I don't think Manchester United have had any kind of dangerous attack, shot or anything. Sheffield United picks up the ball with McGoldrick on the ball. Goes back to Fleck. It's now number 5, Jack O'Connell. Lundstrom back to O'Connell in an attacking area. McGoldrick on this left hand side, cutting, shoots it straight into the hands of David De Gea. No trouble for him. It's an adventurous shot, but it still needed to be saved by David De Gea anyway. As it's Fred on the ball, goes to Anthony Martial on this left hand side. Can he run out the Sheffield United defence and cause some problems? Norwood steps past that he tried to find Lingard with. Fantastic defending here by Sheffield United, really closing out Manchester United's attack, and they go long again towards McBurney, who will chase. It will go to David De Gea, who will let it go out for a Manchester United throw-in, which he will take to Lindelof, not pressured by anyone. It's now Aaron Wan-Bissaka on this right-hand side. 19 minutes plus added on time to go. He'll go to Daniel James. Only one substitute made by United. Will they make another? Daniel James to Fred. Closed down by McBurney, but finds the pass of Lindelof. Maguire. Brandon Williams on this left-hand side goes to Martial. Find Maguire. United are really struggling to find a way through the Sheffield United defence, and I think any team would really. Well, United haven't got much skill or creativity in the midfield at all, so it's not really a surprise they're struggling to break through. As Martial brings the ball down here. Nice skill from him. He will spread out wide right to Daniel James. He'll enter the box with a run. Just on the edge, dinks it in towards Rashford, headed towards Brandon Williams with a strike straight into the bottom right corner. And United have a lifeline back in the game. What a moment for Brandon Williams. He scores his first professional goal for United. It's a fantastic strike. And as I say, they've got no creativity in the midfield. It's when the attackers take over. Midfielders had nothing to do with that. Martial had the ball, sprayed it to Daniel James, the attacker. He dinked it in towards Rashford. He come with his header, headed from Basham all the way to Brandon Williams. First time strike on the right foot into the bottom right corner. And that's what United needed. The midfield weren't doing anything for United at all. So they needed their attackers to take over. And when they did get the ball and found the space, they got the goal. And Brandon Williams with a fantastic goal for United. When you look at that one after the game, you'll be like, that's a fantastic strike from the 19-year-old. It really is. First time strike on the right foot, right into that bottom right corner. Simon Moore, the goalkeeper for Sheffield United, couldn't keep a clean sheet on his debut, but it was for a fantastic strike. And finally, my prayers have been answered. Andres Pereira has been substituted, and Mason Greenwood will come on looking for that second goal, maybe an equaliser for Manchester United. As I've been saying though, Andres Pereira has been shocking. And right before that goal, as I was saying once again, United midfield, they have no creativity. So the attackers took over for one move, and like I said, there you go, goal. Not hard. Just get the ball to your attackers. Midfielders try to do too much. As it's Norwood to Lundstrom, is now to McBurney. It's great football here from Sheffield United. McBurney will find a through ball towards McGoldrick. Williams has to cover for Harry Maguire and tackles well. as it is now. Daniel James, he'll dink over a ball over the top towards Mason Greenwood. Has to be dealt with by Sheffield United man and is done nicely, cleared and hoofed away towards only as far as Manchester United's goalkeeper David De Gea. United have the ball here with Harry Maguire. Finds Mason Greenwood. Will try and go over the top towards Rashford. Headed away from a Sheffield United defender and goes as far as United throw-in. Lindelof. Go to Harry Maguire. United starting to push forward now. Could they somehow salvage a draw from absolutely nothing? Because they don't deserve it, even though they have been somewhat better than what they were in the first half. As it's Aaron Wan-Bissaka will go to Mason Greenwood, who's gone on this right side, the number 26 of Manchester United. He'll play ball to the edge of the box to Fred. He'll try and dump it towards Lingard, cleared away from Sheffield United, and will go out for I think, Manchester United throw-in. That has been poor from United this season. But Sheffield United have not conceded a goal this season within the last 15 minutes. And that isn't great for Manchester United because we are into the last 15 minutes of the game. Can they break that fantastic record that Sheffield United have in the Premier League? There's Aaron Wan-Bissaka on this right hand side. I'll have to go back towards Lindelof. Harry Maguire again. Lingard has space to turn. Can he find the right option? Will he go for the shot? Yes, he will. Blocked by Phil Jagielka. Has to be cleared once again by Sheffield United. McBurney will challenge Victor Lindelof, but Victor Lindelof wins it, but can only head it as far as John Fleck. He'll try and find McGoldrick on the right hand side. Harry Maguire can intercept. Now Fred on the halfway line. Goes to the right of him to Victor Lindelof. It's now Fred on the ball. Will drill a ball into Marcus Rashford. Has to try to flick it on towards Martial. Can't do so. Cleared away from Basham to McGoldrick, who can knock it over. McBurney tries to find an over the top through ball, needing more power on it. As Lindelof can come over and try and clear it, but only falls as far as John Lundstrom, who can't find the ball and only gets dispossessed by Victor Lindelof. It's now Fred. Switches it out wide right to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Lingard. Fred. Into Martial. Dan James tries to find the overlap of Martial. Doesn't continue his run, unfortunately. It's now Harry Maguire on the ball. He'll go wide left. Yes, he will to Dan James, who can put a ball across the box. No one's there for United. It'll fall all the way to the other side on the right hand side to Aaron Wan-Bissaka and play first time ball to Mason Greenwood. And it'll be Lingard instead, who's come over. Marcus Rashford puts a ball in towards Greenwood. Comeback complete. And it's Sheffield United 2, Manchester United 2. And I don't know where this has come from, but the substitute Mason Greenwood, the two academy prospects from Manchester United, have got them back level. Not much celebration from United at all. They're going back to the halfway line to try and get a winner. But how they've turned this around is quite impressive. It's a fantastic ball from Rashford into the space of Greenwood. Perfect. He gets in behind his man of O'Connell. I think it is. No, he got in between Jagielka and Basham. Sticks out the left boot. Keeper can't do anything about it. And it is Sheffield United 2, Manchester United 2. What a turnaround. I could not have seen this coming at all. I don't know where they've got this from. But Sheffield United have collapsed completely as McGoldrick will be replaced by number 10, club captain, I think Billy Sharp it will be. Yes, it will be. Unbelievable. I actually don't have a clue where this has come from. Sheffield United look cruise control, gonna get the 3 points out of nowhere. 2 quick goals from Manchester United, and Sheffield United have collapsed completely. As United has the ball, if they can complete the comeback and get a victory, it will be amazing how they've done it. Because they've gone from not looking like they're going to create any chances to creating 2 in quick succession. And being back in the game, there's like a confidence to United now as they're passing the ball around. It's Maguire. It's to Lindelof now. Lingard. Goes to Fred. More movement now for Manchester United. I'm not going to lie, Lingard has been a massive part of this like revival for United in this game, because he has been quite positive on the ball. He's not like creating much, but just like his presence and the way he moves on the ball just causing more problems. It's Martial. He's a 1-2 with Dan James. He's in behind. Pulls it back. Rashford! 3-2 Manchester United, and they've done it. Unbelievable from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and his men. And they have gone and done the complete comeback. And could United be taking all 3 points? This is unbelievable from Manchester United. They have done it. It's a great goal once again. It's Dan James with the assist to Rashford this time. Hold on, I'm having a bit difficulty with the score here. Unbelievable. It's a 1-2. Martial plays it into Dan James. In behind the defence. Pulls it back to Rashford. Open goal to Aimar. Left foot. Goal. And with 10 minutes to go, it's Sheffield United 2. Manchester United 3. How they've turned the game around like this is beyond me, because they've gone from not even looking like having any shots on goal. And there's Alex Ferguson having a nice chuckle to himself, laughing after the pictures that came out at half-time of him having an argument with Ed Woodward. Unbelievable. Wow. I cannot believe what I've seen from this United team. It's just a new life. When have they scored these goals? I need to know the difference between these goals. Unbelievable. Manchester United. As Sheffield United are now running at the ball, John Lundstram tried to shoot. He's taken out his foot. No foul given, says the referee. He's told to get up. As it's Harry Maguire, tries to switch it towards Mason Greenwood. Does it fantastically. And brought down. It's now Mason Greenwood on the ball. Goes to Jesse Lingard. Dan James with the assist for the 3rd goal on the ball now. Running at the defence, tries to shoot, poor shot straight into the hands. They have scored 3 goals in 7 minutes. Brandon Williams in the 76th, in the 72nd, Mason Greenwood in the 77th, and Rashford in the 79th. All 3 academy graduates have scored to give United the lead. Wow. The stats are unbelievable for this game, because United have had 9 shots, 5 on target, and they've bossed possession in the game. So you look at them stats, you're like, yeah, they dominate the game, but they really have not dominated this game. Only in the last, I'd say, 15, 20 minutes, they've started to really take control. More than that, Sheffield United were really, pressing them well, letting them have the ball, but not letting them through it all. But United have, they're showing the old colours of United and showing why they should be aiming for that top 6 and top 4 positions. Unbelievable. Chris Wilder will be fuming with his Manchester United team right now, as Maguire switched out wide right to Lindelof. But I like it how they went back to the 4-2-3-1 and, scrap the 3-4-3, and this works. As Rashford plays a through ball to Martial, flicks it to Lingard. It's beautiful football from United. He finds Daniel James on the left-hand side. Can he finish the move? Daniel James deflected. Lingard over the bar, unfortunately. And that is for the gladness of Sheffield United defence, because they have completely collapsed. As Callum Robertson will be coming on for number 6, which is Chris Basham. So they'll obviously be switching it up from a 3 at the back to a probably 4 at the back. And there'll be a substitution for United. I think it'll be Axel Tuanzebe who'll be coming on as well. I don't know if that'll be in the same substitution time frame as this one. But there he is getting ready. I have nothing but, respect for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer changing it up at half time, seeing that the 3 at the back clearly wasn't working, and after about 25 minutes in the second half, they've really started to kick on, and they've got those 3 goals in 7 minutes. Unbelievable. McBurney can lay it off for Oliver Norwood. He'll clear it towards Lindelof. He can head it back towards Lingard, but it only fires Norwood, who can head it back to Jagielka. He goes Stevens. Great skill to take it over. Hook it over. Greenwood. He can run in the defence now. Stevens. He goes to Callum Robertson, the Irish international. He can whip a left-footed ball in the box, headed away as far as Dan James, who can run at the Sheffield United defence. Gets past one with ease. With that pace, goes to the right-hand side of Greenwood. They're beckoning. They're in the final third. Slows down the attack a little bit, looking for the right option. They don't want to waste this. As it's Greenwood on the ball, showing his skill, hooks it, tries to find the cross, but it's deflected, and it goes for a United corner. Unbelievable. Wow, unbelievable turnaround. I still can't get over how they've gone from how Sheffield United can go from being so settled on the ball, and in the game, conceding three in 7 minutes, as Alex Twansby will be replacing Anthony Martial, who does not look happy about that substitution at all. When your team's scoring goals free flowingly in the last in the last 15 minutes of the game, you don't really want to be getting substituted, but defensive changes need to be made. Martial's making his way off, taking his time. He's obviously time wasting here, but at the same time, he's also, he's not happy with being substituted, so he's probably just contemplating why he's getting substituted. As there's a ball in the box, it's cleared away from Sheffield United to the left-hand side. I think it's Fleck who'll just dink it towards the attack of... It's number 3. I'm not sure who that is. It is Stevens. Van Callum Robertson who's on side, says the Lions woman. It's now Norwood. Number 3, Stevens can't find a way through. Now the resolute United defence. Fred tries to clear. Comes off Stevens, a deflection. Aerial duel between the two. And Steven wins it. Billy Sharp on the left-hand side. For Sheffield United. Keeps the ball. Goes to Norwood. Goes to the right of him to number 15, Jagielka. Slips, but he gets back up easily. To the right-hand side of Baldock. Can he find the right ball in? It's now Lundstrom. Imagine the scenes if Sheffield United can get an equaliser with the ball in the box. Goes all the way over everyone to John Fleck. Dinks the ball in towards the back post. Harry Maguire wins the header. Baldock gets there, hooks it back over to the left-hand side of John Fleck. Not Stevens, actually. John Fleck running at the defence, finds Billy Sharp, got to be offside. Harry Maguire heads away, but he's offside anyway. 4 minutes plus added on time. It's Sheffield United 2, Manchester United 3. Unbelievable game, and unbelievable last 15 minutes for Manchester United. David De Gea will take his time taking this. Obviously, Sheffield United time wasted before, so they'll do just the same to them. So United fans will obviously be delighted if they can get 3 points for this, because they'll go up to 6th. I think it is, alongside Wolves on 5th goal difference. It's now Fred though with the ball on the left hand side. Rashford to James will go back towards Brandon Williams, who started off the comeback for Manchester United. He's on the ball now, heavy touch, but can find Twansby. He's looking like he's playing in a midfield role, in front of the defence, sort of like a centre defensive midfield role. Wan-Bissaka can run at the Sheffield United defence. We'll go into Lingard. Try to slip it into Greenwood, poor pass, but can be cleared by Norwood. Ball can be found as far as Stevens. Now Jagielka to O'Connell to Norwood. I can bring it out. Now on the right hand side, can Sheffield United conjure up one more goal to somehow salvage a point from this game when they look like they were going to run away with all 3? As they switch the ball nicely to Stevens on the left hand side, can put a low driven cross in. Clear by Lindelof, throw in from Sheffield United. You feel like there may be one more goal in this. Stevens on the ball. Fleck tries to find the tackle from Aaron Wan-Bissaka on O'Connell. Is clean but strong. That's what the United fans love to see. I think it could be a corner. Norwood will take it. Minute and 45 to go. Can Sheffield United salvage a draw from a game they should have got 3 points from. It's a ball in the box. Goes for everyone. Goal kick given, says the referee, and they've got away with that one. The ball was floated in the box. O'Connell won the header. Obviously, he put it wide for a goal kick as Lindelof is holding the back of his head. And Williams is down holding his knee. It's not looking great. Oh, Williams has gone down holding his knee, which isn't great. It's not like that's the one part of the body you don't really want to be injured. Williams is up though. Sorry. Sorry about that. I should have had that. Sorry. Minutes to go plus added on time. Can United, can they do the draw? Can they do the win? And hold out as well. Be a fantastic victory. Probably the best one so far this season, that's for sure. I think this even beats the Chelsea win at the start of the season, because the way they've come back from this, Robertson tries to flick it on but finds McBurney, who can head it towards the space of John Fleck on the left hand side. Dan James is running back trying to recover to help his defence. John Fleck trying to beat Dan James. Finds the pass towards Stevens. It's now Norwood. Switch it over towards Phil Jagielka, 37-year-old, still showing that he can play in the Premier League, even though they have conceded 3 in 7 minutes in this game. But Stevens, Dan James can't win the tackle. He'll lay back to John Fleck. Try to find room. It's Callum Robertson on the ball in the box. Finds McBurney in space. Shot! It's in the goal! Has it been given? The ref's blown his whistle, but Oliver McBurney scored. Makes it 3-3. He volleys it into the corner. And in the 90th minute, Sheffield United have done it. I think it'll be checked by VAR. Yeah, because I thought I saw the whistle be blown. But Stevens puts a cross in. He gets past Dan James, puts a cross in towards John Fleck. He can't win it. It falls to Callum Robinson. He finds McBurney, brings it down on his thigh and volleys it into the top right corner. Parried in by David De Gea. You could say he could do better with that one. But Sheffield United have done it. I said they thought there was going to be a goal. Comes off Maguire, off David De Gea. I'm pretty sure that comes off the thigh. Off the thigh, yeah. Touches like the top of his arm. If this is disallowed, this is ridiculous. It may graze like the top of his shoulder. Like literally the top of his shoulder. Yeah, literally it comes off his shoulder. That cannot be given. That cannot be disallowed. This should be Sheffield United 3, United 3. If this is disallowed, I will be furious. I'm going to change it to 3-3 for now. No, it can't. That is the top of his arm, shoulder. Sorry if you experience any buffering at this minute in time. What a drama to the end of the game. Well, that's the top of the arm. That's like shoulder. That's like shoulder top. That cannot be disallowed. Great finish from McBurney. Giving the goal! Sheffield United have equalised 3-3, and United thought they could have had it. I felt like there was going to be something else in this game. I didn't think that was the end, and I was correct about it, because Sheffield United and Oliver McBurney has made it 3-3, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will be furious at his defence and how he could not hold out. Robinson puts the ball in, brings it down the thigh, touches the top of the shoulder, shot, deflects off Maguire, parried into the top corner by David De Gea, and then the foul and the goal has been given. What drama in this game. Unbelievable match of football as a neutral. There could be a winner for Sheffield United. It's Baldock on the ball. Dinks it in towards Billy Sharp. Lindelof heads it away. It's now Stevens. Near the edge of this box. He needs to find the right pass. Dinks it in. Williams heads it away. Lundstram tries to hit it. It comes off his own player, and Lingard can get on the counter-attack from Manchester United. Rashford, big tackle from Phil Jagielka. The ball was there, and he won it. 4 minutes to being added on. We've got 1 more minute of the 4, but I feel like there'll be 1 or 2 minutes added on from the VAR, because that happened just before added on time was being announced. As Robinson wins the ball, comes off the United man. I think there'll be about 3 minutes left to play. I think they'll go to 96. because literally the goal was scored, I think, 89-50, something like that. But what a goal. I can't believe that. It's unbelievable how Sheffield United have conjured a draw from this. They should have 3 points. But, you know, a good 15-minute spell from United, and they got in the lead. Header won by Jagielka. It's now Norwood. Flicks it to Baldock. Can't find him. He can't bring it down. Unbelievable. I can't believe this game. It's had everything in it. It's now Brandon Williams, though. There's 15 seconds left of the 90, but yet again, I feel like there'll be like 2 minutes added on of that one, because the VAR decision did take about 2 minutes. Now Norwood drills it into Robertson. It's now McBurney. Tries to find Fleck. They're looking for handball. Referee says no. Lingard will run at the defence. Tackled by a Sheffield United man. Billy Sharp, the club captain, will go to the left-hand side of Stevens. He'll go long towards Robinson. Deflected towards Lindelof. I feel like if he lets this go, this will be a corner. Yeah, he has to keep it in. He'll go back to David De Gea, who's on the ball. Goes to Brandon Williams. What a game this has been. It's had everything, like I've said. Brandon Williams bringing the ball forward. We'll go to Fred. Find Brandon Williams again. Tries to knock it over Baldock, but Jagielka can clear with a right foot. As far as Twansby and Maguire. Maguire wins it, knocks down Billy Sharp, no foul given. Manchester United throw-in. Twansby throws it into Lingard. Marcus Rashford takes it in his stride. Can he have the chance to shoot? Can he lay it off for Dan James? Rashford will try and shoot. Blocked. Jesse Lingard on the ball, on the edge of the area, on the right-hand side. Goes to Rashford. Finds Wan-Bissaka in space. Crosses it in. Headed away from the Sheffield United man. Fred to Lingard. Poor pass. Robinson tries to intercept. Can't. Wan-Bissaka. Fred. Lingard. Wan-Bissaka on the right-hand side. Intercepted by John Fleck. And it has to be retaken. I thought that was full time then. You feel there's only about 20 seconds left now of this game. Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Go back to Fred. They can't let this lead go now. Sheffield United. It's Axel Twansby on the right-hand side. We'll go back to Wan-Bissaka. Referee blows full time. It ends Sheffield United 3. Manchester United 3. Unbelievable game of football on this Saturday afternoon. Solskjaer and Chris Wilder interchanged words. And I'm not sure I don't think either manager will be happy with that result. Which you don't see very often when... Because, you know, Sheffield United going 2-0 up, looking plain sailing. They're going to get the win, everything. And all of a sudden, 3 goals in 7 minutes for United, put them 3-2 up. And they just need to hold out that lead, and they couldn't, and Sheffield United have got the draw. So you could look at that game both ways, really, because, you know, you could say, well done to Sheffield United for, you know, getting a draw back from something that, you know, they could maybe not have. And then you can look at United's view and go, well, you know, we should have held on. But that doesn't matter anyway, because it has ended Sheffield United 3, Manchester United 3. I hope you enjoyed this commentary. It's been a lot of fun to commentate on this game. I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one. And that next commentary could be a Champions League one. Could be. I'm pretty sure Champions League is in midweek. I'm at a football game Tuesday. Can't do any Tuesday games. Wednesday, I will commentate. I'm going to do a foreign one. I'm going to do Barcelona versus Dortmund on Wednesday night. So make sure you're got notifications on for that one. Hope you enjoyed this stream. Please like and subscribe. And Sheffield United go up to 6th. United go to 9th. And what an entertaining game it's been at Bramall Lane. Both teams will be disappointed, but the spoils are shared. And Sheffield United 3, Manchester United 3.